what it is. It's Seattle Connected, the show that connects you, yes, you, with entrepreneurs, business people, movers and shakers in our community, letting you know who they are first before they become household names, which we know they soon will be. Today with me at a new location. For now, shout out to Color Studios for letting me use their space. A good place for you to come down if you want to get some dope photography done or come down for an art walk, which they have March 7th. And they always have every first, what is that, a Thursday? I think it is a Thursday. Every first Thursday of the month. Check it out. But this is about my guest today. This person right here across from me, she's always making sure that she's in touch. Notice I said touch. In touch with what's going on. She has the moves to keep you on the right path. She knows how to make sure that you're feeling good, not just inside, but on the outside, and vice versa. And she's helping bring new life into this world. And you'll find out in a second. Please welcome my guest, the queen of making sure that you feel good in many ways, my good friend, Myesha Mitchell. What's up?
Thank you. Hi, guys.
Hey.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, happy to have you here. How was the intro? I always ask my guests, how was the intro?
I mean, you got me blushing, and, and my makeup might show that.
Yes, it looks wonderful. It looks wonderful. Thank you for coming, man.
Thank you.
This has been just like I always say that with all my interviews, but I really mean it because I only have guests on here that I really believe in, and I really like what they're doing. This has been something that's been on my to-do list for it's been at least a month. We've been back and forth and all that, get this done, because I knew this would be an exciting interview. Yes, with Miss Myesha Mitchell.
Yes.
Eminem.
And I'm so excited to be here. I do a lot of things. You kind of went over it.
Yes.
Do you want me to give me a little bit more detail for the folks
no,
out there?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Come on, man. We have an order. We do things a certain way around here. You're a guest, but can I run my platform, my show?
I'll let you let me be a humble guest.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So I first let's dive into, the start.
Yes.
You weren't always the mogul that you are, right?
No.
So, how did you get there, Myesha? Are you from Washington originally?
Yes, born and raised.
One more time. Come on.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Let's go.
206. I was born at Swedish Hospital.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Swedish. It's like a million of us been born there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's up. So born and raised, I love that. Washingtonian, I can tell in your spirit.
Yes.
So now, since we got that out the way, I'll let you tell the people what it is that you do. I mean, there's so many things that you do, so many hats that you wear constantly, and you're wearing those dope headphones.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm gonna tell you guys, I feel like I can sing, but I can't.
Come on, Miss Myesha. What's up with My Time Massage?
My time for massage.
My time for massage.
There you go.
You gotta say it very soothing.
My time for massage. I know it did sound relaxing.
Can we say it one more time? My time for massage. That was dope. That was dope. What's up? Let the people know.
Yes.
What's that about?
So I originally started My Time actually while I was unhoused. So that is not the conventional way people start a business.
Right.
As you said, I'm from here, born and raised, but I've been through some things. So for me, I did not always know massage was something I was going to do.
Right.
It was something that actually was a calling. And I started intuitively at 4 years old.
What?
And so, yes.
At 4?
At 4 years old.
Jeez.
And so I used to just do massage for my dad, walking on his back, and doing things for my mom. And my mom wasn't really that into touch, so it was more so my dad. And my dad used to tip me. He used to give me a little money from his lunches that he had left over.
Aww.
And so I became an entrepreneur at 4. I was like putting it in my bubblegum bank.
Yeah.
And so I would get excited. So when we go downtown and go to the Pike Place Market, I could be able to buy my own stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was like something that I loved to do. But the other side that was more so important was that I was actually reading his body when he came in, because he was in construction. And I would see different things that I noticed that was different on his body. I'm like, do your feet hurt?
Very intuitive. Look at you.
Did your back hurt? And my dad would be like, let me, get a shower, come back after I get settled and, we could talk then. I'm like, okay. But I looked forward to just being able to help him. And so that was something that was actually something that was like my nature early on. And I found that out later, even in school, because they ask you, like, when's the first time you remember actually doing this for someone? And it kind of like, they say, really think. And that took me back, and that's how I remembered that. And I was like, yeah, I did it, basically from 4 until I thought I was too cool to touch his feet anymore. Yeah. And then once I thought I was too cool, it came back in later on in my life and, relationships and stuff like that. Yeah. And I just didn't have the supportive background, like partners that weren't really supportive. And it kind of just was dismissive. Because I'm an empathetic person, I kind of always put myself last. Yeah. And it came down to something that was really traumatic that happened to me. I'm actually a survivor of police brutality here.
Really?
So, yeah. So this happened in 2010. And so I had an officer racial profile me, and he tased me 5 to 7 times until the second officer arrived. And when that situation happened, I really didn't know where I was going to be at that time. It was like after that recession time and that 2008, 2007 time, I was still trying to find myself in my early 20s. And I finally got to the point where I lost everything, and I almost lost custody of my oldest son, because I have 2 kids, by the way. I'm a mama. I have my oldest son, and he's 23 now. And then I have my youngest one, who's now 5. And then it was just my oldest and me. And, that was my ride or die. And when I really knew that I had a possibility of almost losing my life from that situation, it made me have to really, really dive deep into myself. Yeah. And almost losing him, like, crushed me. And that took me to the point where I didn't want to do things just to do it anymore. I wanted to do something that had intention and purpose. Yeah. And going to school for massage, I did that, and it was something that always calmed me. And I was diagnosed with a lot of different things from that situation. So PTSD, insomnia, depression, anxiety. I gained 100 pounds in traumatic weight gain within a year. I've always been somebody who was really fit, really active, and having that much change in such a short amount of time was something that even threw me off, especially when you're used to looking at yourself being one way. I didn't know then what I know now of, like, how the power of mental health causes some of those things to happen to you. And massage is just always has been something that I really had, like, as naturally as a gift, but watching it in school and seeing how I maneuvered more than other people differently for it was like, maybe this is something I could really do, and still was kind of dismissive of it because I didn't know how to run a business then. It was something that I just was like, I knew people around me who had businesses. My mom had a business, my dad had a business, but it wasn't something I believed in myself that I was able to do. And so when it came down the line for me to really make a decision, I actually had help from a sister that kind of pushed me into, like, hey, maybe you should, go into business for yourself. So I opened up a company that was a medical billing company, and it took off on the few months before I went through massage school, and I just did that. And I thought that was going to be my business. I thought that was going to be what I did and just, like, continue to grow. But my heart wasn't in it, because the same things that I was seeing before was I was just working for the money, and it wasn't something that had real intention with it. Yeah. So massage came back to me again. And during that time, I was fighting the same case. I actually pursued it with this officer. I filed a civil suit. Yeah. The case was dismissed because the charges that he brought at me were false. He said that I attacked him, so I was charged with obstruction of justice. That actually affected me getting jobs. That affected me being able to make an income for my son until everything was done. And so, I really like to emphasize that, because it was like, I had a hard path to get where I'm at. And with the massage coming back to me so many different times, and I did the billing and I wasn't happy, and I kept running into the same obstacles of people mistreating me not being happy. Even when I made the money, I wasn't happy. Yeah. And massage came back to me again when I was going through a transition, and I just decided to do it seriously.
Yeah. Wow.
I know that's a lot, y'all, but
no, it's a lot, but it's important. I know it's part of your story. It's part of your journey, and that's partly why you're in front of me right now, which is a good thing. Thank you for your presence, and thank you for your story. And I don't want to dwell on it too much, but can you tell me, like, so with the situation with the officer, what was the end result after everything was done?
So it took 4 years. It made it to the Washington State Supreme Court in 2014. So literally it's like 10 years ago now. And they found him not guilty. I was offered a settlement of $100,000. At that time, I had already made that before. I had made it with my billing company, which was very surprising. Some people say, like, I have trade certifications. I don't have a former, like, master's degree or any of those type of things. So, you know, for me to have done that as a single mom with my background, I was proud of me making 6 figures on my own. And then for someone to offer you that, and my case was worth millions. And to completely devalue my life, I just didn't feel like it was worth me settling for when I could have fought for the people to make sure that that didn't happen again rather than being silenced. So that's another reason why I share my story, because I know how powerful it can be to let people know that it's worth us speaking out. And even though, you know, it didn't win that case, I still won because I got here today from that. And I know that if I didn't give up, you know, if I would have gave up, I wouldn't have had the heart to continue to be the fighter that I am for the community like I am today. So that really woke me up to understand our system.
I think it's important to learn from other people's stories, you know, and I think you not letting this silence you has helped more people than you even know. And there's someone who just heard this story today and they're going to say, you know what, I've gone through some things and I'm not going to be silenced. You know, whether we're at a workplace or a family gathering or something, when you know something isn't right and you choose to be silent, it's like co-signing, right? Like if someone was talking about one of your friends and you're not putting them in check, it's like you're agreeing with it. And it's unfortunate that we're at that end of racial profiling and domestic violence and all these things that in our community is becoming even more the norm, because when we do stand up and we do try to use our voice, we're always told, don't ruffle any feathers, don't make this person mad or that person mad. And sometimes we need to say, you know what? Who cares about me? If I'm not going to stand up for myself and fight for what I believe in, who is? You know, I can't sit back and say this happened, that happened, I chose not to do anything. Okay, well, what did I do? What did I get out of making this person comfortable? You know, who's taking care of me? Who's making me comfortable? And I appreciate you saying, like, yo, this is bigger than money. You know, it's about respect. It's about integrity. And those are things that you can't buy back. So, you know, I appreciate you sharing that for me. And I'm glad that you're here and you're still doing the damn thing, because that was just one small setback and you didn't let it define who you are. So
thank you.
I applaud you for that. Of course, I applaud you for that. And I applaud your dad for letting you use him as your first client and actually paying you. Did you pay taxes?
No, I did not on that.
Ooh-wee.
But we're not going to bring that up.
We didn't say that, Uncle Sam. We didn't say that.
Because I didn't make enough for me to have to pay.
Okay, all right. Woo. Yeah, you know, they be, the more you make, the more they try and take. Damn, if you made $1.
I'm broke. I'm very broke.
Yep, very broke.
I don't have
As
any
a matter
money.
of fact, you paid him to do that.
Yeah. And right now, I'm struggling really hard.
This is true. Really, really hard. Yes. Come on now. Man, Miss Myesha. Man, so are you a team of just one? Do you have a full staff? I mean, I know these answers, but I want to let the people know.
Yeah, for sure. I've actually grown my business now a couple times. So that's one thing, too, I can say if you've like met or talked to a lot of entrepreneurs. Like,
you went bankrupt.
I went the ups and downs. I didn't go bankrupt, but I went up and down. And so I had a time where I did grow my business in 2015. So I opened my time in 2014, literally 6 months after the not guilty verdict. And I use that pain as purpose to fuel my time. And the reason why I named it that, was because a lot of people's reasons for not getting massage was that they didn't have the time. And then I wanted to also reiterate that that's your control of your time.
Yeah, you gotta make the time.
Exactly. And then it's a double entendre because my nickname is also Mai as well.
What?
And so, yeah.
What?
So it's like,
I like how you did that.
Yeah. So it's like, so I threw a little bit of myself in it because it's my time with your time.
Right.
And being able to do something for you.
Yeah. So you're the kind of person who likes to treat people right. And
yes.
Wow, look at you.
I like to spoil.
Oh man, stop. What's your sign? What are you?
I'm a Cancer. I'm a loving, moody, sensitive Cancer.
Didn't we talk?
No, I didn't tell you that. Maybe I did.
No,
maybe I did.
Wait, hold on. I have a very good memory. Hold on. July 20th?
No.
19th.
No, I'm June 25th.
June 25th. Okay. No, there was
25th.
someone else who is a Cancer. I'm trying to think. Someone else I interviewed recently, but shout out to them. Oh, wait. Hold on. Going back. No, I don't remember. But it was someone recently. It'll be one of these episodes that's you'll see.
Another Cancer.
Yes.
Cancer power. And yes, we're the givers. We're the giver. We're the nurturer of the zodiac.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm July 14th.
Oh,
So,
no wonder.
Yeah.
And we're the creatives too. So it's this is another form of art is massage. A lot of people don't know that, but it is. And so the work that I do and why it's so unique as well is that I'm also an intuitive. So that's one of the things that I found out in school is that I'm actually an intuitive worker. So the difference between that is I go by what I feel on each body. I don't literally go by a routine. So it's not like, 15-minute arms, 10 minutes back.
Yeah, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing because every body is different.
Everyone's different.
So,
and you're treated just as such. You come as you are, and I'm going to analyze you for who you are as a person, what you present to me, and also what I feel.
I like that. So you're not just giving everybody the same massage and then saying, all right, you just need to come see me more often. You're like, okay, because you might find something in this person's body that you didn't find in another person's and vice versa. So you're like, okay, well, I'm going to just tell you what I found, what we're going to work on and let me know, how this feels. So I think that's important because that way I think you build up a sense of trust with that client and you build a relationship. So it's like you'll hear athletes say, they don't go to a lot of massage therapists because they like to have that one or maybe two that they trust and they know their body.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I work on a professional athletes. So
you don't have to brag.
Hey, I'm not trying to rap, but I do.
Okay.
And even for me, it's like, they're gonna call somebody who they can trust. They just want to have someone that they know is really sincere about this being their passion. And especially when you're inviting someone to your home. So it's a different ballpark, and I have people who I don't see at my office. They actually send me to their home.
Okay.
So, but I do primarily most of my work in office. So I don't want everyone thinking I just always do mobiles. That's the majority of my work is actually done at my office.
Yeah.
And so, my time was created 2014, like I said. When I opened it initially, it was just one small space. I grew it. In 2015, I hired 5 contract massage therapists. I bought an additional office space out in the North End and Shoreline. The contract I signed there was for 3 years. I had these 5 contract therapists, one of which who I trained personally, who I heightened their skills, and they did really well, and they thought they were going to continue. But they changed their mind, and they backed out because I was making them too busy, and they felt that it wasn't for them anymore. So it kind of threw me for a loop because sometimes you can, you could think that you have people that are, going to be there, and things change. And I got to see myself in a different role because as a manager of all these people, some of them, they had less commitment. Some of them had more. But because I had been through so many things in businesses, I wanted people to feel how I felt. So I was paying them really well. I wanted to make sure I worked around their schedules. I was really open. And I think that I got taken advantage of a little bit more because I was too lenient rather than having more structure. So I just think that, now I learned a lot about myself. If I do decide to grow my time again, it would have to be in a different way. And then now it's my baby, so it's like there's so much more to it that I like I kind of talk to people about when they meet me, but I'm not the cookie cutter massage therapist. I'm not looking to be like a chain or anything like that. I've actually been approached to be a chain by some people. But I'm not looking to be that. I like the way that I do my work and making sure that everyone has that personalized experience. And it's really unique. That's why you got to come see for yourself.
Okay. So you're more about being a one of one.
Yeah.
You want to provide something that a chain isn't, because you have these personal connections with your clients and you really care about what you do, don't you?
Yeah,
I can hear it. I can hear it when you talk about it. So I have a good question for you. All the questions are good, but I have a good question for you. Why do you think in the African American community we don't prioritize taking care of ourselves as much as we should?
The reason why I know we don't do it as much in the African American community is that we've been taught not to. And so conditioning is real. A lot of people have been taught to put themselves last, to just continue to work, and it's more dismissive of this being a treat or a luxury. So some people don't want to prioritize something that they see as something that's not needed to do.
But you know what? That's crazy. Like what you said is crazy, because we're talking about your physical well-being, and that can be tied into your mental well-being. So, we were talking about this the other day. We'll spend money on show tickets, going out for drinks, all this stuff. But when it comes to trying to eat better, getting a massage, oh, I can't afford that. Oh, that's way too much. It's like, yo, like you deserve this, but you could take time and money to get the new purse or the new Jordans or whatever. And it's just like, really?
It's the same old song, one of my favorite songs, can think about old school Tupac Changes, and it's like, or even when him saying, let's change the way we eat, let's change the way we live.
What you got against Tupac?
I love Tupac.
Shout out to Tupac.
And, it's like these messages have been told many different forms by many different people, but we keep seeing the same results until people are willing and ready to do something different. And that's what it was for me. I went through that mental health break. I went through me getting down to nothing, and literally breaking me down all the way to really see deeper into myself and not wanting to be in that space. And it still is a struggle. And I understand a lot more than most people do when it comes to mental and physical health. Some people, I'm a plus size woman, and people will assume, they'll say, hey, well, if you know so much, why aren't you doing it? It's like, because I'm still being affected by PTSD. I'm still being affected by depression.
You ain't got to explain that to them.
All the things, because it's like, I'm living this every day. And COVID, it was in my face of those things even more with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all the things too that I didn't even know still was something that was so deep for me. And having to see that, and then having to see the movement Black Lives Matter, and me not feeling comfortable to go protest because of my background.
Even leave the home.
Even leave them
that's
the same
crazy.
Way. Yeah.
No, this is not crazy. I mean, it's crazy because it's so real.
Yeah.
Are you a massage snob?
Yes.
Listen, because now, you'll have a chef and they'll go to like a restaurant and they can't just really enjoy their meal. They're kind of like critiquing everything. Do you do that? You're like, okay, all right. Now, how are you as far as trusting someone to give you a massage?
I can tell who's good and who's not.
Oh.
Right away.
Oh.
I am a massage snob. I've definitely admitted it. And it's not nothing to be bad about it. It's
but
like,
you know what goes into it, so you just like,
yeah, you guys, this is where, I'm gonna give y'all my accolades now. You're dealing with a sister that was nominated Best in the Northwest by the Seattle Times.
No. Hold on. Hey, listen. We're not gonna just throw that out there that quick. I think they need to hear that one more time.
Nominated
for
Best in the Northwest by the Seattle Times, and not only nominated, your girl I won, y'all. Woo! So in the category of winners, one of the few that was Black owned that was on that, one of the few that was in private Black practice, one of the few that's owned by someone under 40.
Yes.
You know, so just to know Black owned.
Come on.
And there was so many places that were on there, hotel chain spas that were on there that I beat out.
And you was,
And, you know, so people can say all they want to say, you know, it's like I'm speaking from true blue experience and I'm really good at what I do. So I know how to receive it as well. And then I see someone who actually is superior at their work. I thank them. I don't care what field they are.
No hate.
Because I trust anyone who's doing something with love and with intention and integrity.
Okay.
And so when I see that work, I want to honor that. And, you know, I want to push that. And even if I see someone has potential, I want to push that too. So a lot of the work that I'm seeing out here is kind of people just going through the motions. And that's when it's different. That's when you know you're just doing a job.
Yes. Yeah.
And
No. I know what you're saying. And I'm the same way, even with this Seattle Connected new episodes every Friday or whenever you watch the show, but appreciate it. Check it out. Even with this, you know, with technology, it's so easy for people to have access to all of these things to let their voice be heard, right? Whether you do music or you want to do a podcast, but the market's so flooded. I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this a different way. I'm not just going to throw out content that's meaningless. I'm not just going to have people on just because, and yo, I got to pocket this and that. It's like, nah, man, this is my baby. You said massage your baby.
Yes.
This is my baby. This is something that I'm really passionate about because I care about what I'm feeding people.
There you go.
You know, I want to give them great stories such as yourself, and I want someone to walk away like, okay, what can I learn the next time and the next time, and they can tell someone else and spread it around. So I like that you really give people their kudos for putting passion into their work and not just, like you said, going through the motions. Like, yeah, I do massage. And it's like, really, do you? Yeah, I do massage. I do this. You know, it's not about having 30 things on your resume. It's about, if you can give me one thing that you give your everything into,
there you go.
I'm with you. I'll support you. Like, even if, say you have a barbecue restaurant and I don't eat meat, if I know that you're really into what you do and it's not just about the money, I'll at least tell all my friends who eat meat, and I'll, you know, post and like and reshare. And, you know, I think there's so many ways we can support without spending money.
Yes.
So we can't always use that as a reason to not support. Even if you give someone a high five, you give them a hug, you know, you like something, that means a lot.
It does. And you know, and we had this conversation too outside of here. You know, I've had so many people in my life that, you know, have said like, oh, well, I don't do massages, or, you know, you're too far, or you to this. And it's like, but I see you go other places that are further than me.
Right.
I see you, you know, go and spend money with other people that do some of the same things that I do, or you're willing to share and support other businesses. It's just like, you just don't want to support me. That's totally okay. You know, like people can think it's like, no, I don't need everyone to support me or want everyone to support me, but it would be nice.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see more people who look like me.
Yeah.
And in my business, you know, I don't. You know, the community that I see is primarily white. It's primarily white women, ages 25 to 45. They're usually middle to well off. They're usually college educated. A lot of them have been doing massage regularly. You know, I have clients that are like, yeah, I used to go to the spa with my mom, you know, 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old. I was in sports. I've been an athlete all my life. And my mom's always got massage for me. I'm like, I didn't get my first professional massage until I was in massage school. So it's like that difference. I was like, wow, this is something that was an issue for me, because I thought, you know, and sometimes people assume because I'm a Black woman, automatically all my clients are Black. No, they're not. You know, that's the problem. That's one of the problems I have majorly, is like, I want to see more people who look like me.
Right.
And I want to see more people who look like me because I understand more people who look like me lived experience, especially as a woman who's been through so many different forms of trauma. And I know there's a lot of people who've been through the wire and the fire who are dealing with microaggressions at their jobs, who are dealing with things that are systemic issues that are literally beyond our control, that we're literally living every day just because of the color of our skin.
Yeah.
And I want to see us do something different.
Yeah. Yeah. Do something different. Keep our mouths closed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it feels good when you have people support you, whether they're white, no matter what, white, Latino, Asian, but it hits home when you're not getting the same support from your people. Like, I'm not going to say what, but there was an event that I was a part of in January, and the support was great, but it could have been a lot better. And, I was fired up, and I was telling my business partner, like, there should have been more of us there, because I saw people were checking it out. I saw they knew it was heavily promoted, but the numbers didn't add up. And I was fired up. And then I saw some people who came and supported who were just in the area. It was the coldest day. It was like it got down to, 13 degrees that night or something. It was in January. You remember that. And there were people just walking up the street like, oh, what's going on? Oh, let me come through. Let me check it out. Let me support. People who were in their late 60s, just wanting to be down or walking by like, oh, well, I got somewhere to go, but here's $10, whatever you're doing, keep it up. That means a lot.
It means a lot. And I appreciate those who appreciate me. I don't care what background you are.
Right.
But as a Black woman too, especially with my background, I'm really pushing to see more of us, because I know there's different issues that are affecting our health, that are affecting our mental health, than other communities. So that's why I'm really voicing this, because I'm like, I want to be able to see everybody. I always see everybody else in other communities more. And a lot of that is because you're going to tell more people who look like you in your circle. Yeah. So a lot of times too, when I look at some of the people in my demographics, it's like, majority of their circle is not diverse. So you're going to tell your friends about me. So those friends who would tell their friends who tell their friends, I'm continuing to see the same type of people because they're sharing that information. So they know about me. Yeah. But I'm not getting other people in my community who are having that same consistency. So that's the part where I want to get to now.
And let me go back to what I was saying. I appreciate the support that we do get. Yes. I love it. I appreciate each and every person who supports. I just think that we have a lot farther to go.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing, because I know what we're capable of.
Oh, we can do it. We can do it because we have the numbers. Like, no matter what, there's a lot of talk of people saying, "Oh, there's not that many Black people here." There's Black people here. We're just all spread out. And so if you're going to see somebody doing something, it's like share and support their information. Even if you don't, like you said, even if you're not going, share that information, support those people, because that matters. Yeah. And when you are in that neck of the woods, support that business, especially if I'm getting a service. I look for that. Yeah. I look for supporting more of my people. I know it's not easy. Everybody's working. You got so much going on, but you can hit a like and share, a comment, tell someone about it, to follow a business. That means the world, and getting more people in our community involved. So we got to keep pushing each other, because we're all we got, and I see that happening now. It's better movement now for me than I seen in 2014. And that's what inspires me.
I think for anything, we can't get content and think that I'm good. No. Everything's good. I always refer to my favorite basketball player, Kobe Bryant. Shout out to Kobe. Still, rest in peace. I always look at some of the things he said in that short amount of time he was here on Earth, and it really hits home, because it's stuff that you can apply to your daily lives. It's like, you're not going to be what you can be by just being comfortable. If you want to be at the top, cool, find a way to be at the top, but then find a way to be better than that. Outdo yourself. Don't work just to show to people, look what I can. No, do that for yourself. No matter what you go through, try to be a better you than you were yesterday.
Every day.
If not, that's fine, smart. But don't complain. And this person should be doing this with their life. And what are you doing with your life?
Exactly.
You know, don't be the drunk telling people not to drink.
There you go.
You know,
and that's one of the things that you hit something on. That's what I said. It was funny. I had a conversation with someone a long time ago when I was before even started my time. And I was like, my goal literally is to outdo what I do yesterday. And that's how I do every single day. That's how I do in my business. Like a lot of people who know me, especially my regular clients, they've worked with me. They're not just here. They live this as a lifestyle. It's not a treat.
Right.
This is for their health. They've been with me for years, and they always tell me, they're like, you just inspire me so much. You're always pushing for something else. You already do so much, but you're pushing for more. It's like, I'm not going to be content. I refuse to be content. I know that I can do better than what I did.
And that's the perfect segue for you do so much, because doula.
Yeah.
You're a doula. Man, come on. So so with the massage thing, we're going to end off with that, and I'll, break down my experience.
Yes.
But doula.
Yes.
Do tell.
I became a doula from being a mama. I did not have a doula and did not even know what a doula was. Okay. So
a lot of people don't.
And I'm going to tell y'all what it is, because there's some people who don't know. A doula is a support and emotional support for parents. Most of the times it's primarily to a mother or birthing person, because that's what in the birth world, there's different, terms. And so, a lot of times, most of the clients I work with are primarily women. And for me as a Black woman, I got pregnant with my second one, and it was such a huge gap from my first, because you guys heard me earlier, my oldest is 23 and my youngest is 5. So it was it was a whole different ballpark. I was like, okay, like, what am I going to do? Like, what's so different? What's the things I need to do for myself? But I was fit at that time. I was working out like 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes doing 2 a days, drinking 1.5 gallons of water a day, eating well. I had all these routines where I felt like I was going to be in the best place when I got pregnant. And, I knew more. I was making more than I had made, when I was in the space with my oldest. And so I thought, I was good. And the doctor that I had really was dismissive of all my concerns. And I thought that I knew her. I had vetted her. It was a BIPOC woman. I thought she had my back. And
so this is while you were pregnant? This
is while I was pregnant. And I told her all the things I wanted to see. Yeah. And 7.5 months pregnant.
She was just like,
She was like, I'm going out of town. So I'm not going to be there for your birth. But if you want me to be there, you can get induced. And then that way you can have your baby with me.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm not getting an induction just so I can have my baby with you.
Yeah.
And so, she was like, well, just, go ahead and take appointments with the other people on my team. And, they're fine. I've worked with them for years. And I was like, I didn't want them. I wanted you. Like, I was intentional on picking you. Like, and so it really hurt me, because I was like, man, I was hearing talks of the Black maternal health crisis at that time. I didn't know to the extent of what I know now. And I just was like, I really want to feel comfortable. I want you to be there. Can you wait? And she was like, no, I go on this trip every year. So it's like, you knew that when we started this, that she was going to go on this trip. So it just made me feel worse, So I interviewed with other people on her team, and I just didn't have a connection with them. And 3 of them were extremely dismissive. And I was looking at the odds, and I'm a numbers person. I was like, I can't take this probability of what I'm getting here. I'm about to figure something else out. And I switched doctors. I wound up having our son at a birth center, and I had a naturopathic doctor. Total different experience, so I was wanting to do a home birth, because I was like, forget the hospital system. I'm just going to do a home thing. Yeah. But I didn't quite feel comfortable being at home. And so I did the home birth or the birth center experience, because I was the closest that I could get to a home birth. And that experience was a little bit better. Looking back at it now as a doula, there's some things that I can see now. I'm like, oh, no, they shouldn't have done that. Or I shouldn't have had that. Yeah. But I had a great experience overall, because I know the stats, and my labor from beginning to end was 5 hours. I had my son all naturally, no intervention. I had my oldest all naturally, no intervention at 16 as well. So for me, knowing the stats, not a lot of people do that. That means, again, no epidural, no medication, all natural vaginal birth. And so 2 kids, I've done it. And I know I'm capable of doing it again if I want. I probably will, maybe.
Don't just do it just to do it because you said it on the show. I'm going to do it just because.
I know,
You're like,
right?
man, I got this baby to take care of.
I know. And it's like, but, I love kids and I love babies. And I'm at a great place. And, like, for me now, knowing what I know, and the doulas, we're so needed. Like,
I was gonna say, needed. Like, how is that? Like, you're a part of the team of the birthing team. Like, that's crazy.
It is.
How many are you at now?
Now 28, and I'm on call for twins right now, so they'll put me at my birth 29 and 30. And so I'm super excited. I literally had 2 births with this Friday and Saturday. So 2 births in less than 24 hours, which was totally unexpected. And even with that, it's like this, it's a constant, it's a balance because I am still a full-time massage therapist. That is my primary income. But the doula work, I do it part-time and I'm still busy because I get a lot of people who refer. Yeah. And then I work part-time with Swedish Hospital as well. I'll go ahead and shout Swedish out.
Come on.
And so if people are going there, you can look me up. But I'm one of their contract doulas there. But the reason why I became one of their doulas really is it's the largest birthing facility in the Northwest. And so it's the second largest on the West Coast outside of LA. And so it's known to some people, will say, apparent. I don't want to say allegedly. The birth factory, allegedly. Okay. And so with my activist lens, I was like, I need to be a place where I know more of my people are going. And I want to see more of us. And I really wanted to center seeing more Black and brown communities. And I knew that Swedish had those numbers. And so I was like, well, if I don't have time to market myself, like as much as I do for any other things that I do, because it's like massage was my thing for so long. It's easy to market for it. So doing that was helpful. But now my name has grown so much because of my activism work that I've done. I've done some work in public policy. I worked on things with Doulas for All, which helped to get Medicaid reimbursement for doulas. Now that's something that's in effect now, and people can get a doula in 2025 with Medicaid now, and that's something I was part of. And I didn't even understand the depths of politics, and me getting all in the groove with that, it just woke me up to a whole nother level of world where I really want to speak out and telling people, like, you do not have to have a degree. You do not have to have a background in politics. Your experience and your lived experience is enough for you to get out here and make a change. And that's exactly what I'm doing as a doula now. And I've helped people have their victory verse. I've helped with VBACs. I've helped people work through birth trauma. I've helped people with fertility issues as a massage therapist to overcome that and be able to have rainbow babies with me. I've helped people with so many different layers with the massage piece too, where it came intertwined. So I'm one of the few licensed massage therapists and birth doulas in Washington State, and I'm one of the few that are in the black licensed massage therapists and doulas.
Damn it, you got me inspired. Can I be a doula? I can be a doula?
Yes, you can be a doula.
I mean, I really don't want to be, but you just inspired me. You're like, man, I can do it too.
Yes, and there's actually more Black men who are stepping up to be doulas because there's so many Black men who don't always understand the emotional piece, and sometimes even get neglected in the birth space because they don't know. So these dads are stepping up to educate and saying, hey, there's more that you can do to be in control of how your labor goes for you and your partner.
I'm a Black man.
Exactly. And we need fathers in those spaces, and we need Black men who are willing to show up and support us and love on us. And that's another thing I love to see, because being a woman, I've been in many different relationships, some of them not the best. But being a doula, I've seen some of the greatest level of Black love, like seeing Black men, and they love on me, even as a doula. Like, Myesha, you need anything?
You're part of the family good? Now.
Yes, I'm part of the family. I've got families, they're inviting me to birthday parties. I'm part of their guest list. They gift me. I've got people gifting me stuff for Christmas. Like, they do stuff for me. Like, we're locked in for life.
That's a nice gig.
And it's honor, like, it's a true honor to be a part of such a momentous occasion. And I'm really grateful to be able to help people see what they want to see for themselves and bring in their baby earthside.
Man, jeez.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Thank you.
Come on now. Just racking up awards.
Hey.
You racking up awards. So are you ready? Drum roll, please. I'm going to have to give my critique.
Yeah.
All right. So My time for massage?
Yes.
Okay. So I didn't want to come on this show and just say, oh, yeah, go check it out. You know, I always try to do my research. If it's a business or what have you, I, check out the business first. I don't just have guests on here. So I was like, all right, let me check this place out. Get myself a massage. Self-care is very important. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten to the point in my life where I realized I need to do more of that. Look back at the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years and say, you know what, I need to do more for me. Decide to get myself a massage. Okay, here's my review. My time for massage, I don't know if you've heard of the place, but so let me check it out. It was easy to make an appointment. I went, I was taken back because I was expecting it to be like some madhouse, people running around, this and that. And like, oh, does anyone even know I'm here? It was very warm. And I don't just mean the temperature, but I mean, it was very warm. I was greeted at the door, respected. Hey, I felt like, all right, cool. All right, this is awesome. All right, they're expecting me. I was on time. It's important to be on time. And from when I walked in to when I walked out, I was like, okay, I need to do this again. This is very, very dope. So had a nice massage. Was very comforting. I liked that everything was explained to me, what was going to happen and the benefit of that. Was very, very, very comfortable. Music was nice. I got to have my own playlist and everything. I was like, oh, this is dope. Falling asleep, but that was a good thing. I was very relaxed. And the time went by so fast because I was almost like a kid, Christmas, like what's next? Because it was like, okay, and then we're going to do this and then we're going to do that. We're going to move you this way. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. We're on the same page. All right, bet. It wasn't like I was being rushed, but I enjoyed it so much. It was like the time went by because it was awesome. It wasn't like one of those, she's hurting me. What's going on? What? It was really cool. And so afterwards, I was like, okay, I noticed a difference. I wasn't as tense as I was before. I didn't feel the tightness that I had. Like, my back always gives me issues. And I was like, wow, she really knows what she's doing. She's not like one of those, okay, this is it? Like, really? All right, I paid for what? And I wasted my time. Damn it, this is a sham. No, I really felt different. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got to come back. Like a good restaurant. I was like, oh, yeah, I got to come back. So I liked that everything was explained to me. I liked that I was listened to. And I really felt like this was a place like no other because it wasn't like a number, just like next. So that was my experience. I'd give it, let's see, 1 to 10. I'd say a 9.5.
Okay. I'm gonna need to get that half up.
Yeah. That's just because I don't want you to get too comfortable too soon. Always strive for greatness. Like we said, I can't give you the 10 and then you like, I ain't got to do nothing different. Nah, it was very, very dope. I appreciated everything. I'm definitely coming back. I advise others, please do this for yourself. Like we said before, you spend money on a lot of things. You got to start taking care of yourself. And trust me, your mind and your body will thank you for it. So I will definitely be back. That was amazing. Thank you so much. No, thank you, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. And I wouldn't have mentioned it. I would have just went on to the next question and whatnot, because like we were saying before, if you have a passion in something, it's going to show. And I felt that the whole time. You were like, you know what? I'm not going, I got you. I said, all right, I trust you. You said, I got you. And so the whole time it was like, you really cared that I was there. You cared that I was spending my time and I came out there for that. Like you were like, all right, you good? You were making sure you all right? You got any questions? You all right? You cool? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, cool. It was like, like a doctor coming in, after you've given birth, are you all right? All right, this is what's next. Are you good? And I was like, wow, she really cares. Not like waiting for your waiter to come back. You're like, man, I just need some ketchup. Like, it was like, man, this is awesome. And then after you explaining, okay, what you found, what could be worked on next time and how soon I should come back. And there wasn't the pressure to just get me to come back to spend money. It wasn't like, all right, well, you need to come every week and spend X amount. You were like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, you could come back in about 2 weeks, but 3 weeks would be good. Keep it up at this pace. And that kind of stuff helps because when I feel like I'm valued, that makes me want to come even more, or that makes me want to tell even more people and say, yo, you gotta go. You gotta do this. We need more of that. So I appreciate you. And I could just talk for hours and hours, but
thank you so much.
Nah, man.
And
I see why you get nominated for awards and all that. Awards and stuff.
Yes.
What are you gonna say?
Thank you. I want to tell everyone too, come and get yours. Tell
them again. Come on.
Come and get yours. And, and for me, as I said, I'm fighting out here for us. And I shared my story and I passion in my work. And I got this great opportunity, y'all. So I definitely got to share it. King County has supported me in my vision and being able to do free massages to anyone who identifies as Black and Native Indigenous. So it's only for first come, first serve. I'm doing 20 folks per month. And so the sign up is now, I actually may even be doing more than that, but I'm just starting it off with that because I still do have my full-time gig, but that's what I've committed to. Okay. And so far, we've had 3 folks that have came in, and I'm going to keep it rolling. I got 3 more people coming in tomorrow. Yeah. I'm super excited because, I don't often see those communities, and these communities are being impacted at a greater level from systemic reasons and issues. And this eliminates that barrier. So obviously, again, if you can afford to pay me, of course, pay me my money.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not against that.
Okay, I'm not against you paying me this money.
Make it happen.
But if you are in the category where you're like, man, I just can't afford this, and it's literally creating hardship for you, don't let that be the reason, because you have an opportunity now with someone who really cares to see you. Okay. And wants you to be here.
Now, how do they go about getting that done? So you don't have a million people saying, I want my free massage.
Yes.
Let people know how they can, take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah, you have to go to my Instagram. So it's My Time for Massage, literally MYTIME. And then it's like, obviously it's My Time for Massage. So it's in this FORMASSAGE. And you can find me on IG. Google me. That's another way you can see me on Google. You can hit me up for that information too, as well. A lot of my reviews pop up on My Time. I've got hundreds. So My Time for Massage. But when you go to the Instagram, I have the intake in the bio there. And so you just click the link. As long as you qualify and you are being, and I'm not being strenuous. I'm trying to literally have people lead with integrity.
There you go.
So it's an honor-based system. So 100%. It's like, if you can afford to pay me, of course, please do not take this opportunity away from someone else who's in true hardship. Yeah. But if it's something that you really know, I can't afford to do this, don't let it be a barrier. And I also do sliding scale. So I'm willing to work with anyone. And also, too, let's not forget about these jobs that have these benefits, y'all. If you have a company that has an HSA, that has these medical benefits for massage, use them. Don't just be talking about I have benefits and you're not using them. That's a waste of your money. Yeah. Okay, Preach. So get those benefits used. Start getting in for massage. If you want to come in and see me with those, I can give you notes. You can submit them for reimbursement on your own to your insurance. They will reimburse you. I have a background in medical finance. I will help assist you with the billing. I just don't do it for you, but I will help assist you. And it's super easy. It's super easy. So you can even be spending some of your money and getting some of your money back. Yes. And I'm in full support of that, because we waste dollars all the time on paying for things that we do not use. You do not need to continue to do do that with your medical insurance. So, and all the insurances cover medical massage, which I do. So there's no reason for people not to be seeing me. Even I've heard people like, oh, if you accept insurances, I'm like, I'm a small business. I'm one woman. I cannot do multiple people for insurance billing on my own because it would put me in poverty myself. And I have children to raise and I have grandbabies to raise. So that is the reason why I don't. It's not any particular reason about my massage in any other way, but that is the reason why. So help me, help you, help continue to support someone who wants to see you there.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Myesha, this has been dope.
Yay.
This has been fun. You know, I'm glad we got to make this happen. I know that people are going to have a lot of questions, not just about your doula skills and your My Time for Massage, but also just your journey and your story. I know you've helped so many people who's heard this episode, and they can always watch it again and again and tell a friend. So thank you so much. I know this isn't going to be the last time we hear about you.
Thank you.
Just don't forget about your peoples at Seattle Connected.
No, never.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. And I always have to thank you guys for watching. And like I always say, it's important to take care of others, but please make sure you take time to take care of yourself. Until next time, stay connected.
Peace. Yes, y'all.